Metallum is a zinc and copper focused base metal company listed on the TSX. And our flagship project is an advanced polymetallic superior lake project with incredibly high grade zinc and copper resources located near the town of Schreiber in Ontario, just east of Thunder Bay and just 20 kilometers north of main Trans-Canada Highway. I am the current CEO and president of Metallum Resources. I'm a geological engineer with more than 20 years of experience in the sector in pretty much all stages of exploration and mine development with mainly similar deposits, as well as some production of a mine. And my specialty actually is in drilling as well as rock mechanics and developing mines. So our board also has proven professionals from basically discovery through to production assets globally as well as in Canada. We have also assembled a really good leading technical team specialized in finding and growing this type of deposits and also building zinc and copper mines. In our advisory board as well as our board, we have also team of seasoned geologists and engineers, mining engineers, including Mark Cruz and David Lang, to name a few. But also our chairman, Simon Ridgway, has been very successful on finding, developing, and mining, opening the mines of great deposits in and around the world, in Canada as well as around the world. That's a great question. Since the acquisition, which closed early April, we started to convert and update the Australian JORC-compliant bankable feasibility that was done in 2019 into Canadian standard. That work is currently underway, and we expect to have the final, updated numbers and the final feasibility study to be completed and published mid to late June. We also started drilling outside of the known resources on this property, which currently sits at 2 million tons at 18% zinc in average, 1% copper, and some good precious metals along with it. If we look at historic production and use this as a guide, which will give us some conservative numbers for this remaining exceptionally high grade horizon, we're looking at $900 million worth of zinc, $200 million worth of copper, and just over $100 million worth of precious metals sitting as it is. Grade is king, as we all know, and this is an exceptionally high-grade project. Our objective initially is to drill these identified targets and expand the resources in a relatively short amount of time because there is sitting targets waiting for us right now. This project is in a first-class jurisdiction and at the development stage of Lassonde curve, basically. It's not an early stage by any means, but it also has great upside potential. The location is less than 200 kilometers east of Thunder Bay, and like I mentioned before, 20 kilometers north of Trans-Canada Highway with an existing access road to the mine. It's also on grid with power lines and transformers on site. And a lot of structure are in place, such as the access road, water treatment plant, main shafts, tailings dam, polishing pond, roughly 16 kilometers of underground workings, including 2 ventilation raises. And the entire region has the skilled workforce, a lot of service providers, contractors, you name it. There's also low-risk exploration potential because there's already identified, never drilled, really good targets. But also First Nations are very supportive and we have a great relationship. Obviously, we are building on that and we have the support of the local communities. Project has a history of producing high recoveries of zinc, copper, gold, and silver at very low cost. There were no issues with metallurgy whatsoever, and the ground conditions are solid. which helps with having less dilution and really low cost for ground support and advancing the mine. This mine generated, with today's numbers, $1.2 billion worth of zinc, $250 million worth of copper, and just over $100 million worth of gold and silver over its 9-year mine life. It is basically underexplored, exceptionally high-grade zinc VMS deposit with copper and good precious metals in it. If we also think in terms of gold equivalent, cash equivalent of a gold mine, this deposit represents 800,000 ounces gold equivalent at a grade of 10.6 grams per ton. This is extremely high grade in Canada, regardless of the commodity. The mine closed due to low zinc prices at the time. We're talking 98, around that time, zinc was around $800 per ton, and it is now around $3,000 per ton. So there's quite a bit of a difference. But the long-term forecast also anticipates increased demand, as these are critical commodities for the low-carbon economy. We don't have any debt. We have enough cash in the bank to support our current plans as well as our administrative costs. We have about 192 million total shares outstanding. Our market cap is around $19 million at 10 cents. We have great supportive shareholders, people with experience in the mining and exploration with that sort of background, who appreciate the value and the potential of this project, as well as Metallum as a company. Our chairman, Simon Ridgway, and myself, we both have personally invested in Metallum. We also have strong institutional support from Sprott, who are well respected on Canadian and international mining space, as we all know. As we increase our brand awareness, backed by positive news from our current drill results and achievements, we are confident that we will see additional interest in the company, given strong project fundamentals. Yeah, our flagship project has one of the highest grades of zinc in the world in a super safe jurisdiction. We have no debt, and our burn rate is really low. Our enterprise value to resource is also favorable compared to our peers in the space. We have the high potential to grow the resources and open the mine in a really short amount of time with exceptionally low cost because of having the capex heavy infrastructure being in place. I think this is the right project with the right commodities at the right time. Wayne Gretzky once said, "Skate to where the puck is going, not where it has been." Yeah, ESG is our main focus right at this time as we build the company and the projects, without obviously protecting the environment, the social impacts, and the sustainability. We cannot move forward. I mean, the management and the board believe it's a fundamental part of who we are and how we want to operate as Metallum, as well as this project. We definitely recognize that if done properly, the results become better outcome for all stakeholders. For environment, I mean, this is a former producing site. We will be conducting exploration, mine development, and even operating in a modern and environmentally conscious manner, which will result in responsible closure post life of mine. But for social, I want to also emphasize that we believe in transparent and open communication with all our stakeholders. For example, we are proactively utilizing local and First Nation businesses. For example, our current drilling contractor is a First Nations owned and operated drilling company. And we are also working with another First Nations affiliated survey company. And also, we have a direct local First Nations person who's doing the water monitoring in and around the site. Yeah, I mean, we definitely believe in zinc and copper, as there are numerous reasons to be bullish on zinc. One of them is like copper and zinc definitely will fuel the green economy that everybody is focused on. But also zinc, this is very interesting because zinc has figured out how to store energy safely and effectively at a very low cost. But also, because what we are in globally, the global stimulus that is needed around the world will keep base metal prices, namely zinc and copper, and the demand definitely up for the next 3 to 5 years, if not more.